There's something special about this place.
Mhm. Hello, everybody. I just want to welcome everybody here to the 2021 GDX1 tournament. If you could do me a favor before we begin, if you could go ahead and turn on your screens, your cameras, so that we can see your faces and allow all the members here to see one another. Great. Great. Thank you so much. I know that everybody looks fantastic. You're dressed up, looking great. I want to first thank our digital host, UT. Hold on one.
Just always this.
Sorry, we're just trying to get that to stop. Sorry, technical difficulties there. My apologies. That was actually, we're streaming live on YouTube Live, and what I was hearing was my own voice again, which I thought was the other YouTube video. But if you have not had a chance to share with your family members, if you go to youtube.com/NHI TV, you will be directed over, and your parents or your family members can watch the opening ceremony stream live. Throughout the course of the GDX program, any kind of ceremony, whether it be our award ceremony, our announcement of our Sweet 16 or elite rankings, all of those will be available and streamed through YouTube Live. We'll share that on Discord. But again, I want to officially welcome everybody to the 2021 GDX program as we officially kick off all summer programs for the 2021 summer. Again, I want to thank the University of Texas at Austin, who is our digital host. And for many of the students who are learning about NHI, and for this is your first program event, this digital platform is not what we have done in the past. Because of the pandemic, we were challenged to move in a virtual environment. But post-pandemic, we're going to get back to our roots and back out into the community at the local level, at the summer programs. And so your participation makes you eligible to remain active in your local community and serve as a mentor, as any kind of community leadership, as a trainer, as a coach, as you develop the next generation of NHI leaders in your community. But then also have the opportunity to staff our summer programs and participate in our next program called the LDZ. Before I begin, I just wanted to do a quick roll call, and if you students can get a little chat happy, so click on down to that chat section. I'm going to do just a quick roll call, and if you could type in there so that I can see it. If you are from Austin, let me see you type your names in there. Say "Go Austin" in there. I don't see any names yet. Anything? Come on, Austin, put them in there. If you are, there you go. If you are from the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley, let me see you type your name in that chat. If you are from San Antonio, if you, I see 956 for show. If you are from San Antonio, please go ahead and type in there to make sure that you are representing in there. And finally, if you are from the tip of Texas, go ahead and type in there that I see tip. So that we have 4 regions participating with us. We've got Austin, we've got the Rio Grande Valley, we've got San Antonio, and we've got tip of Texas. It's going to be an exciting program for everybody. And you know, the way that this program is going to be structured is every competition is important. You contribute team points for your team. We take the team total points, and then we crown our GDX champion. So which team is going to be our 2021 GDX champion? Go ahead and put it in there. Who will be our champions? Oh, I see San Antonio has already go ahead and claimed that right there. They're saying it, Austin, wonderful. So over the next couple of days, you're going to meet some of your competitors out there, and some of them may be your teammates in an event called Athenium. But before we begin, I wanted you to get to know one another. And I'm going to ask that my production person do some breakout rooms, because I think it's important that, you know, we get to know our community members out here. but we also get through competition to get to know them on a personal level. So in just a minute, we're going to open up some breakout rooms. We want you to get to know who is in that room. So introduce yourself and where you're from and your particular event and a highlight that you've had in preparation up for the tournament. Are we ready to go over there? So as soon as I get the cue, we're going to break you out into breakout rooms. It's going to be done random. We're going to do 2 rounds of that. Then we're going to come back and we're going to start our program. So if I can get just a cue of when I'm ready to do the breakout rooms. So I have opened up the breakout rooms. Go in there, get to know some of your teammates. We're going to give you just a few minutes and then we'll pull everybody back in. And then we're going to do one more round so that you get to know one another. So I'll see you here in just a bit. So we have a few students that haven't joined. Great, great. So you had an opportunity to meet maybe some of your teammates, maybe some of your competitors. We don't know, but I'm going to ask my production person to recreate the rooms and get to know them. My daughter went through the GDX program last year, and part of her favorite part of the program was getting the opportunity to meet other students outside of the regions. So take full advantage of this, because some of these members you may be seeing at another program that we'll have in the future, whether it be in the fall or in next summer. And they may be your roommates, they may be your teammates, they may be friends for life. So my production person, if you can recreate the rooms and then open up those breakout rooms, and then we'll get started. So go ahead and click in and join. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get to know people. Well, welcome back, everybody. So hopefully you had the opportunity to get to know some of your teammates and even see some of your some new members, your teammates, volunteers out there. Again, I just want to welcome everybody to the 2021 GDX program is this summer we're going to kick off 3 programs. This starts off our summer. So we've got a program that starts today, finishes on Sunday. Our next tournament starts on Monday, finishes on Wednesday. Our 3rd GDX program starts on Friday and finishes Sunday. And then we have our last remaining GDX program in July, the 9th to 11th. So you all are setting the tone. We're going to be inviting some of the students who will be participating later on in the summer to watch you compete in the finals and Athenaeum and be part of the program experience. So I'm looking forward to them seeing you all there on the stage. Before we begin, I think it's important to thank a few of our members out there who put this program together. I'd like to thank Veronica Martinez, originally from San Diego, just recently graduated from Pitzer and was accepted as a Fulbright scholar and headed off to Spain next year. So thank you on our production team. Melissa Flores, who is a JFL intern with NHI from the University of Chicago, but originally from Nebraska. So Melissa, thank you. And this is her first time working with NHI. So we're looking forward to you joining us this summer. All those that are part of our tournament staff, I want to thank you. And if you can put some shout outs in the chat section. I want to thank our JFL fellows and will also be our judges. And these fellows are the individuals who train locally, who spent time, who invested their time and energy during the week and on the weekends to ensure that you're prepared. And then they roll over into program staff. So we've got our tournament staff, our JFL fellows, and our judges. I want to thank our head coaches for the work that you do in managing this program there at the local level in preparation today. And how NHI rolls out our programs is that we get down to the local level, and we've got individuals who are called our project administrators, our lead volunteers, who organize our initiatives. And I'm just going to ask my production person if they're here on the as part of the Zoom session to just spotlight them. And I know many of these are individuals are professionals who are working, but still make the time to be there with you. From Austin, Leah Guerra. So thank you, Leah, who went through our programs many years ago. Matthew Musgrove, our co-project administrator. Matthew, it's always great to see you and the work that you're doing. Jonathan Figueroa, and your years of commitment from the Rio Grande Valley. Jonathan, thank you for all your years of service and being part of the RGV group. Our project administrators from San Antonio, Victoria Sanchez. Victoria, thank you. And I know that you being an educator and having to manage online and in person and a hybrid. So thank you for what you do. The co-project administrator, Anita Fernandez. Anita, if you're here, thank you so much for joining us in all your years. And I remember our years of working together when you went through the program and then you served as a judge and then served at the tournament and then a tournament director, and you grew into your role as a project administrator. So thank you, Anita. And our project administrator from the tip of Texas, Jorge Lee. Jorge Lee, thank you so much for all your years of commitment. And even while you were off at college at Columbia, remaining involved in what you do. So those are the individuals that really make this program work. For you new GDX students, you have a role in your community and with NHI. So not only are you participating this year, you're really developing the experience and the skills to transfer this back at the local level. Maybe there were some areas that you wish would have been provided in terms of training or something that was designed differently. You have the opportunity to serve in those leadership roles, but it will be up to you to remain involved and stay in touch with your project administrator and your head coaches and ask, I want to play an important role. So after your GDX program experience, then that torch is passed on to you to serve at the local level and begin to identify the students so that next year, when we go back to in-person programming, you have an important part to serve, not only training at the local level, but serve as summer staff. Before I begin and I kind of introduce our tournament director, I just wanted to tell just a quick story. You know, this pandemic, I'm sure, has been very challenging for so many students out there. I think the biggest challenge that I hear and what I've been reading and what I listen to in podcasts is the toll that this is taking on individuals, especially teens, and the mental health. And what will this post-pandemic look like for youth? We look at how it's impacted education. But I remember growing up, my father telling a story about my grandfather. And my grandfather, my dad had a date. And he said, "Hey, Dad, want to know if I could borrow the car to take this young woman out on a date." And my grandfather looked at him and grabbed the keys and then threw them on the ground. And my dad shamelessly walked over there, kneeled down on one knee, picked up the keys and said, "Thank you." And then he said, "Well, can I now borrow $20 so I can take her out to eat and maybe to a movie?" And my grandfather grabbed my dad and said, "Mijito, come here." And he walked out to the back of the house and he said, "What do you see?" My dad looked around and he said, "I don't see anything." And he said, "Look again, son." He says, "Well, I see some grass, tall grass out there. And in the back, I see kind of an old broken down junk car." He says, "Is that all you see?" And he said, "Yes, I don't really see much more." And my grandfather looked at him and said, "What I see is a yard that could be mowed and then a car that could be sold for junk to make money. See, what you see as trash or nothing, I see as opportunity." Now, remember my father telling me that story about my grandfather, about how we tend to, what lens we decide to look at adversity. Do you see no opportunity or do you see opportunity? See, this post-pandemic and COVID is going to shape an entire generation of people, especially young people. And what's interesting when you go back and you read history and how certain tragic events or pandemics or the Great Depression or famine, how that shapes the resiliency and the mindset of individuals. So my question to you is, during this year and a half, almost 2 years in a pandemic, how has it changed you? And how will it change you moving forward? And what are you going to do with this opportunity to reshape our community? See, NHI is more than just programs. We're about building leaders that shape communities. And we create an environment for individuals, whether it's in person or virtual, is to create an environment for you to use as a playground to learn the skill sets needed. The GDX program is only the first step as part of your journey. The intent here is for you to learn this digital landscape, learn to master communication and critical thinking and analytical thinking. How do you begin to create compelling, new, innovative ideas? How do you articulate these ideas? And how do you defend these ideas? So you all are about to embark on a journey that you're going to be tested against your peers. And you may find yourself a little bit frazzled. What happens when the Zoom is not working, or you forget something, or you run out of time? How are you going to respond to that? And this is your playground that event after event, you're supposed to refine and improve. And if you feel like you need an area to someone to work with you, you've got an entire community, your coaches and NHI to work with you. So this GDX tournament is your playground as we begin to build on the future and then continue this program for the years to come as you move on to the next couple of NHI programs. So I want to welcome everybody again to the GDX program and have fun with this program. Before I move on, and we're going to take a little bit of break, because then we're going to really provide you an overview of how this program is going to unfold this tournament. But I think it's important to you get to know your tournament director. And I'm going to take this time to introduce our 2021 GDX1 tournament director, originally from San Juan, Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley. She is currently a sophomore at the University of Texas at Austin with a major in political communication studies in the Moody Honors Program. She has been an NHI volunteer since 2017 and has staffed all 3 programs and now serving as a JFL intern for the summer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 GDX Tournament Director, Alexis Alvarado. Alexis.
Hi everyone! I just want to welcome you to the 2021 GDX1, and I'm so excited to have you compete this weekend. The Great Debate was an integral moment in my leadership journey, and it inspired me to be confident and inspired a lifelong love of service, public speaking, and a dedication to my community, which is why I keep coming back to NHI each summer, and I hope it does the same for you. You've been working hard for months to get to today, and I'm excited to see how your hard work will come to fruition. And it's your time to shine. So I'm going to introduce my tournament staff because I couldn't have done it without them, and they will continue to help me throughout this weekend. So I would like to introduce my assistant tournament director, Isabella Jimenez from the Midwest. I'm not sure if she's here right now, but we also have our director of judges, Maria Jose Morales from TIP, and our assistant director of judges, Nathan Lara from San Antonio. We also have our category directors. First, our extemp category director is Jacob Mitchell from Austin. Our CX category director is Marina Flores from Austin also. Now we have our team trial category director, Angelica Cifuentes from Houston. And then our oratory category director, Ren Leja from San Antonio. We also have our category Zoom managers. So first, our extemp Zoom manager, Mariela Vela from the RGV. Second, our CX Zoom manager, Carolina Mesa. Third, our oratory Zoom manager, Sofia Cadena from the RGV. So this is the tournament staff, and we're so happy to have you here competing with us this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alexis. We really appreciate all your leadership. And for those students that are being introduced to NHI for the first time in competing, there is always a place for you and a role at NHI. And especially within the GDX and the Great Debate, there is a role. And every year, the longer you stay involved, the more you grow into future roles. So this summer, your program experience, you will see those individuals who will serve as your judges. Imagine yourself that being you next year. Getting into the tournament room where you look and work behind the scenes to construct an entire debate tournament. That could be you, that you grow into the tournament director or the director of judges role in which you're managing and providing oversight for the program, all learning essential skills to master leadership there in the future. So I hope that you continue to stay involved. And we've been challenged during this pandemic is to begin to construct these environments in a virtual environment. I turned over to Alexis and I said, organize your team. As she hosted Zoom sessions in the evening as we worked diligently behind the scenes in Discord, and they prepared the tournament schedule and bracketing and everything ready to serve you. So Alexis and all the tournament staff, thank you so very much. At this time, we're gonna take just about a 10-minute break. So everybody, if you can, we're gonna play some music and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna dive into how this tournament is going to unfold for you all. So the time right now is 9:33. We'll return back at 9:45 and we're gonna go over a tournament overview for you on how it will be constructed. And then you will be dismissed to go work with your regions in preparation. And Alexis and her team will post the brackets so that you will know what time you will compete and who your competitor and who your judge will be. So we're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So at 9:45, we'll reconvene. So if you need to go get some water, stretch, and then we'll come back and go over the tournament overview, and we'll see you all in just a bit.